Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe. So it is 420, and I don't really particularly care about that because I don't smoke weed. However, I do think it is a significant day because from here on out, 420 will be known as the day that Twitter took the blue checks away. Today will be the day where Twitter sold out to commerce. I've talked about it before, but what did you guys think they were going to do? Like, you thought they were bluffing? No, they're going to take the blue checks away, and they're going to make you buy your status symbol. And they're going to give you perks for it. And guess what? Many of you will do it. As Twitter continues to operate as a space where news people, where people who are looking for their news come, where people who follow their favorite sports, entertainment, hard news sources come, as it continues to be a place where people come to consume data, more and more people will want to make sure that their message is getting out there correctly. There's one way to do that. Fact check, fact check, fact check. And then if you get it wrong, hit the edit button. But if you don't have an edit button, that's what's it. Imagine if Facebook had decided to implement this, where in order to edit your Facebook post, you had to have a blue check. Very similar. We already talked about how much money Instagram made off of it. I'm talking about billions. Not right now, but they're going to make billions. So all of the blue checks disappeared. Some of my really good friends, they all had blue checks. None of them have blue checks anymore, right? All of them have blue checks. None of them have blue checks anymore. Guess what? They're still out here putting out amazing work. They're still out here putting out amazing work. They're still out here operating at a high level. The blue check didn't make them, and therefore the blue check can't break them. The blue check is not the reason that people are going and following them or tuning in to what they have to say. And because the blue check's not the reason for them to be where they are, they don't have to worry about the blue check. And if they decide that they want to get the blue check, if they decide they want to pay money for the blue check, they're doing it for one reason and one reason only, because it will allow them to access more on Twitter. It'll allow them to access more perks on Twitter. That's it. None of my guys care about that damn blue check. There was a time, I told you guys already, there was a time where I 100% cared about it. After I had missed the boat early on really getting people to follow, right? Back when you would just follow anybody, it didn't really even matter. I didn't just follow anyone. But in turn, I didn't just have a whole bunch of people following me because I didn't seek out the followers. And so to me, the blue check was a way of showing legitimacy. But as I told you guys, once I started learning all of the yahoos and all of the buffoonery that had blue checks next to their name, it stopped mattering to me about the blue check. It became more of a running joke. Yo, can you believe that I write for these entities who are all bona fide entities? Can you believe how long I've been in this space and yet I still can't get a blue check? It became a running joke. The resiliency of social media is that if it has worth, it's not going anywhere. So many people have had negative things to say because Twitter is no longer public, because somebody bought it, and they're able to manipulate it in a way to make money. What do you think? Why do you think someone is going to pay billions of dollars for a company? They're going to pay billions of dollars for a company only to not make money? What kind of sense does that make? The value in Twitter, very similar to the value in Instagram, the value in Facebook, the value in TikTok, the value in YouTube. The entire value of the platform is based off the fact that it has a bajillion eyes there. There's a ton of eyes.
Please report to
So because there are a ton of eyes, there, that's what makes the platform valuable. Of course, somebody's going to try to make money off of it. Why else buy it? If I bought a successful pizza shop that I knew was underselling their pizza, or selling their really, really good pizza for a price below market price, I would buy the place and immediately raise the price to the market price, maybe even above the market price, because it's so good. Why? That's what business is. All of the blue checks disappeared, ladies and gentlemen. All of the people who had blue checks no longer have blue checks, right? But I did some digging because I really wanted to know exactly like what was going on. Guess who still has a blue check? LeBron James still has a blue check. It says when I go on there, it says this account is verified because they are subscribed to Twitter Blue and verified their phone number. Now, here's what I'll say. Maybe LeBron James paid for that blue check. Maybe he did. Or maybe Twitter is smart enough to know, you know what? Some of these guys who are really them, maybe they get to keep their blue checks. And we'll just say they paid. And then there are other people who no longer have a blue check. Who still have a blue check that we know paid for them. Who, by the way, they're not even upset that they paid for it. They understand the game. And if you understand the game, then nobody should be upset. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. This is how it operates. Blue checks disappeared. I'm sorry. When Twitter was bought, everybody said this was the end of Twitter. All of these other platforms started building up. All of these arrogant people who thought that they knew better were like, oh, no, I got something in the works. You know where all of them are today? Still on this platform. For as awful as Twitter, or people say Twitter is supposed to be, it's still popping over here in Twitter land. As old and decrepit as people say Facebook is supposed to be, it's still popping in Facebook land. As much as people will tell you, oh, don't nobody do YouTube, it is up over in YouTube. We know what Instagram's doing because they got the youngins. We know what TikTok's doing because they've got the youngins. Don't tell me that something is dying or that you got to be prepared to move. We know how it goes. You're only upset because you no longer get to do what it is you wanted to do without pain. See, that's the easy part. And by the way, if you are somebody who relies on Twitter to get your message, to get your stories out to people, to make sure that you're getting the engagement that you want, wouldn't Twitter just be a write-off? What are we talking about here? Go on, get yourself a blue check. You know what? Now that everybody doesn't have a blue check, I might actually just pay for the blue check to just be one of the people who have a blue check with all the people who don't have a blue check. That would just be fun. I know what I ain't paying for. I ain't paying for that Instagram blue check. That's a lot of bread. That is a lot of money. Well, no, I'm sorry. Maybe the Twitter one's a lot. You know what? See, look, I haven't even looked into it. I don't know. Here's what I do know. Twitter's not going anywhere. Instagram's not going anywhere. YouTube's not going anywhere. Facebook's not going anywhere. TikTok might go somewhere, but it's not really going anywhere. You better figure out how to make these platforms work for you to up your dollars in the space and what it is you do, to up your engagement. I had a troll try to tell me yesterday on Twitter that he comes to Twitter for knowledge. He said that while dissing somebody who was giving out free knowledge because he didn't agree with what the person was saying. Wait a minute. You came for knowledge, and the only thing that you want to do is look for people to rubber stamp what you think? We're back to size being a skill again? That's what we're doing? I thought we had all agreed that we were going to stop using size as a skill. You want to know why Anthony Richardson is so high up in my book? It has nothing to really do with the fact that he's 6'5". It's the cannon arm. It's the uber athleticism. It's the cannon arm. It's the uber athleticism. It's not the fact that he's tall. Height has nothing to do with it. If Anthony Richardson was 6'1", but still looked like he looks, still throws like he throws, still runs like he runs, wouldn't he still be one of those ones? If not, your evaluation's trash. And I hate to say that, right? I hate to be the one to do the thing that I hate. I hate to be the one to do the thing that I don't like. But I'm sorry. If you have Anthony Richardson, and if he is just as big, proportionately speaking, right? If he's instead of 6'5" or 6'4", 240, he's 6'1", 220. 6'1", 225. If he still runs like he runs, if he still throws like he throws, what's the difference? If you lined up a 6'5" quarterback who was a 4.4 40 with a rocket launcher for an arm and was built like a Sherman tank, then you lined up a 6'1" guy with 4.4 40 and a rocket arm and was built like a Sherman tank, and all of the things were the same. If you told me, hey, you've got the number 1 pick, what are you going to do? Who are you going to take? I'd probably tell you I'm going to trade the number 1 pick to whoever's number 2. Because whomever's number 2 is probably going to take the 6'5" guy. And I'm going to be happy with the 6'1" guy, the second pick, and more picks that I snatched from them. Because they worried about a measurable that doesn't matter. Hey, how about this? Bijan Robinson is 5'11". Jahmyr Gibbs is 5'9". What's the difference? How does being tall help you be a better running back? Do y'all think that Derrick Henry is good because he's tall? Do you think that any of these Saquon Barkley is successful because he's tall? Jonathan Taylor, he's tall, so that's why he's good, right? Don't we have enough examples of guys that you guys keep telling us, well, he's not big enough, only to then watch them get into the NFL in a legitimate NFL weight program where football is now their job and not just a part-time job because they also have to worry about school. They put on good weight, maybe another 5 pounds, another 10 pounds, and now they're not 190, they're 200. They're not 195, they're 205. They're not 185, they're 195. But they're even more explosive. They're even faster. They're even more agile. Haven't we seen enough of those guys succeeding in the NFL to say maybe we should stop talking about height? It's like people complaining about losing their blue checks. If you're good, you're good. Nobody is going to stop following you because you no longer have a blue check. And if they can't find you now that you don't have a blue check, then you got to find another way for them to find you. Right? If they can't find you because you no longer have a blue check, then you've got to get in your bag and figure out a way for them to find you. You got to get to the business. That's the name of the game. Let's get to the business. At the end of the day, to all my people out here that's doing this thing, that's continuing to fight the good fight, continue doing you. Don't be ashamed about going out and grabbing that blue check. Because if you need to make sure your edits are perfect, go right ahead. If it just makes you feel good to have that blue check out there, go right ahead. If you don't give a damn about these blue checks, more power to you as well. We'll see you guys on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. We do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. If you join me on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe.